Hey guys, Matt Tech here. Welcome back to another video where today we are doing something a little different here on NBA 2K12. If you guys remember, I posted a video not too long ago putting every best player on every team on a different team, but I had to use a wheel in order to do it. So we had a lot of crazy matchups with like Kevin Durant going to the Bucks, Kobe Bryant went to Cleveland, LeBron went to New York, a whole bunch of stuff. So make sure to go check that video out. But today, what if we take the teams in real life that made the playoffs and put them into NBA 2K12? To see which team would come out on top? We're going to be doing the play-in, having those teams play it out. Then we're going to have the actual NBA playoffs start, and we're going to see who is crowned as the NBA champions. So as you guys know, in the play-in, we're going to have just one game, and because it's like obviously different in 2K12 than it was now, obviously, we're gonna have to make a couple save files. So our first game is gonna be Sacramento versus Dallas Mavericks, and you would think with Dirk Nowitzki, Jason Kidd, Jason Terry, all those guys, they'd be able to make a great run. Wrong. The Sacramento Kings somehow, some way, with Tyreek Evans and a really young Boogie Cousins, are able to take care of the Mavericks, eliminating them from the play-in. And with Golden State, it's the exact same like it was in real life, where Golden State is able to take care of Memphis pretty easily. And on the other side of the NBA, it's a huge matchup with the big three, Miami taking on Derrick Rose, Joakim Noah, all those guys over there, and somehow Chicago ends up winning it, eliminating Miami, not even making it to the playoffs. And then we got our final play-in matchup of Orlando versus Atlanta, where Dwight Howard just isn't enough, where Joe Johnson scores 32 points, Josh Smith getting 21, Jamal Crawford with 15, Heinrich with 13. They're just too much for this Magic team. And for our next matchup in the play-in on the west side, with the Kings shocking everyone by beating the Mavericks and the Grizzlies losing to the Warriors, sets up a matchup to see who will take the 8th seed and face OKC in the first round. And with a tough game, somehow Sacramento makes another Cinderella run, winning by 2 points. JJ Hickson had a double-double as well as the Boogie Cousins, but the Kings beat two of the top teams around this time, so they're setting up nicely, facing off against OKC now in the 8th seed, which means we're going to get a real-life one for the 7th seed, which means the Warriors and Rockets, just like in real life, will be playing in this one as well. And again, on the other side of the NBA, we now have a matchup against the Bulls and the Magic, with D Rose going off, putting up 36-9, with Carlos Boozer right behind them putting up 22-6. Dwight Howard had 22 points and 18 rebounds, but it just again was not enough, and they are officially eliminated, which means the Bulls will face off against the Cavaliers at the 1 seed, and the Hawks will end up facing Boston at the 7th seed. So now with the NBA playoffs finally set up, the only differences from real life to now is instead of Memphis, getting probably destroyed by OKC, it's going to be Sacramento this time. And on the east side, instead of it being Miami versus Cleveland, it's going to be the Chicago Bulls. Every other matchup is the exact same. So we're going to get Denver versus the Clippers. We're going to get the Los Angeles Lakers versus Minnesota Timberwolves. Houston versus Golden State. Boston will take on Atlanta. New York will take on Detroit, and Indiana will take on Milwaukee. And it looks like I spoke way too soon, because Sacramento again is still making a Cinderella run, defeating the OKC Thunder in 6 games. Even though they have Kevin Durant, James Harden, and a young Russell Westbrook, they just somehow cannot beat the Sacramento Kings, who move on to the next round. Our next series we're going to look at is the Denver Nuggets facing off against the Los Angeles Clippers. Another close series, but without Carmelo, obviously, in New York, and also without, Nikola Jokic. Denver just really has no one to go to, which means the Clippers are easily able to pass Denver in 6 games, with Eric Gordon putting up 40 in the last game with a young Blake Griffin, Chris Kaman, and Mo Williams. On the other side of the West, the Lakers somehow struggle against Minnesota, but are able to pull out the nice dub. Kobe Bryant in his last game putting up 39 points. Powell getting a double-double as well. Kevin Love also had a double-double. And the last series in the West, Houston taking on Golden State. With no prime James Harden and also no Yao Ming, they're just really not able to contend with David Lee, Steph Curry, and Monte Ellis. With Monte putting up a nice 45 points in the last game, just absolutely going nuts. And on the other side of the NBA, on the Eastern Conference, a shock happens in the East, where Cleveland actually beats Chicago. A matchup that I thought was going to be an easy sweep for Chicago. The Cleveland just had just everything on their side, apparently. Derrick Rose just did not perform well at all throughout the series, but Baron Davis, Sessions, Jamison, all able to contribute very nicely and ended up getting the win. Milwaukee makes quick work. Even though they don't have Giannis, they're able to make quick work of the Pacers. The New York Knicks with Stoudemire, Douglas, Carmelo Anthony, Chauncey Billups, they just have way too much star power and just easily take care of the Pistons in 5. And Boston makes quick work out of Atlanta. Even though they work so hard to beat the Magic, they just get absolutely curb stomped and get swept in 4 games. Setting up some interesting matches here in the second round. To start off with the second round, the Kings end their Cinderella run, just get absolutely demolished by the Los Angeles Clippers and get swept in 4 games. Another star-studded performance from this team. Blake Griffin having a nice double-double, as Chris Kaman as well, with Eric Gordon put up 24. And in the other series going on in the West, the Lakers are easily able to take over and just dominate Golden State. Al getting another double-double. Kobe Bryant having a quiet game in that last one, but still being one of the most dominant players in the league, which sets up a conference finals matchup with the 2 LA teams, the Clippers versus the Lakers, but we'll get to that in a little bit. For now, though, let's switch over to the East, where Cleveland must face off against Milwaukee. And Cleveland still, with no Kyrie, no Kevin Love, no LeBron, they're somehow still able to make it out of 7 games against Milwaukee. And with the other series in the East, it was really a close matchup between Boston and New York. Some might say even like the conference finals matchup worthy. But Carmelo and Stoudemire just aren't enough to take out the big 4 in Boston, with Paul Pierce having a crazy game. Rondo having a crazy stat line of triple-double, getting 16 points, 13 rebounds, and 20 assists. And in the West, there is no surprise here, but although the Clippers did really well, the Lakers are just too dang good. Kobe Bryant having another nice game, Pau Gasol getting another double-double, and the Lakers move on to the next round, the NBA Finals, to take on their opponent, which is the Boston Celtics. Cleveland made another Cinderella run, but they're just not good enough, with the last game, the Celtics winning by 1 point. Rondo having another double-double, Ray Allen just shooting lights out, with Kevin Garnett holding it down in the paint. They're just too much to stop for this Cleveland team. Setting up a matchup that we have seen throughout NBA history between Larry Bird and Magic Johnson, Kobe Bryant versus this exact team. 2 of the most historic teams in NBA history are once again in the NBA's finals against each other, and now it's time to find out who comes out on top. Game 1 goes to Boston, with Paul Pierce having 43 points, followed with Ray Allen having 27. This team is just shooting lights out from 3, by the way. Just absolutely every single one of them is just dominating from 3. But in game 2, though, it's a little different, with LA fighting back in Boston to tie up the series to head back to LA. Even though Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, and Rondo all had double-doubles, it's just not enough, with Kobe Bryant putting up 29 points, 8 rebounds, and 9 assists, while Pau Gasol is just being an absolute stud with another double-double. Heading back to LA, though, the Lakers again will take a nice win, just making sure that Boston does not score almost anything, winning in pretty convincing fashion, 91-72. Pau Gasol again getting another double-double, with Kobe Bryant almost getting a double-double himself. Ray Allen really struggled out there, and so did Rondo, who only had 4 points. He did have 11 assists, but was also 2 of 8 of shooting. In game 4, though, it's another back-to-back game, but also Boston wins this one 111-88. Pau Gasol is just the double-double man, getting another double-double, but it's just not enough, with Ray Allen scoring 29, Kevin Garnett scoring 21, and Paul Pierce scoring 21 as well. Even with Rondo having another bad game of shooting, going 1 for 7, but did have a double-double with rebounds and assists. And for the last game right now in LA, it's going to be the Lakers taking it 107-82. Pau Gasol getting another double, but also being joined by Lamar Odom. Kobe Bryant leading the way with scoring. Even though the Big Four had a nice game, it was the bench that just really could not help out the Celtics in this one. Heading back to Boston for game 6, where the Lakers could become NBA champions, solidifying Kobe Bryant's legacy of having 6 rings. That is not going to be the case, with Boston winning out in game 6, heading back home with all the momentum and all the pressure on them. They are able to win 106-92. Rondo turning it around, having 21 points and 13 assists, while off of 10 of 16 for shooting. Pierce having 17 as well, with actually Jeff Green getting 13 as well, being the 3rd leading scorer. Pau Gasol's double-double streak ends, though, where he just was not really efficient on the boards, and Kobe Bryant also kind of slipping in scoring as well. But it comes down to this with game 7 in Boston. Who will come out here on top? Will it it be the Los Angeles Lakers, giving Kobe Bryant his 6th championship ring, solidifying himself as one of the GOATs? Or will it be the Boston Celtics, beating Kobe Bryant again in the NBA Finals? And it is the Boston Celtics who are just too much for LA. Kevin Garnett getting a double-double. Rondo, although he wasn't able to shoot a lot, was able to pass the ball and has really been the guy for assists this year. Kobe Bryant struggling, going 7 for 19 with 15 points, 3 rebounds, and 6 assists, but having 4 turnovers. Pau Gasol also having kind of a down day with 15 points, 8 rebounds. But with this win, Boston solidifies themselves as one of the most dominant teams in NBA history, beating Kobe Bryant again for a 2nd time in the NBA Finals. I hope you guys enjoyed this content. I'm trying to do more of this stuff, and I also want to start doing more polls for you guys to vote on ideas that I have for these, NBA videos I want to start doing. Make sure to give me a like and subscribe to the channel. It helps out so much with, support for the channel. And make sure to comment down below any ideas that you guys have that you want me to do for the future. Thank you guys. I love y'all so much, and I hope you guys enjoy the new videos I have coming out soon. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. See you guys later.